Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning. Welcome to World Halal Business Conference 2021 and welcome to parallel session with United Overseas Bank UOB titled Enabling and Catalyzing Halal SMEs Beyond the Pandemic. I am Dhaliff, the head of Halal Consultancy and Advisory HTC, will be moderating this session today. We have speakers from UOB to talk more and deeper about financial institutions mobilizing our halal industry. Before I introduce our speakers and start the conversation, allow me to do a little bit of housekeeping announcement. Unlike any events previously, before the pandemic, you don't need to keep your phone on silent. Throughout our panel conversation, you may drop your questions in the Q&A box on your screen, and I will read the question out later in our Q&A session and have our speakers to answer them. Also, we are doing some polling in that same Q&A box. Hit on to the next tab where it says polls. There are several questions we want to seek your opinions on. And lastly, we hope that you can remain until the end of our session, because there are plenty of interesting things that we are going to share. Have you heard about UOB Bank and Halal? Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome you again to World Halal Business Conference parallel session with United Overseas Bank UOB, enabling and catalyzing halal SMEs beyond the pandemic. With us this morning is Mr. Fhauzi Muridan, Executive Director and Country Head of Islamic Banking, UOB Malaysia. He assists the Chief Executive Officer in driving and managing UOB's Islamic banking business. UOB Islamic Banking offers a full suite of financial products and services. UOB Islamic Banking offers a full suite of financial products and services and is also one of the bank's key strategic priorities for its wholesale banking business. Mr. Fhauzi has been in banking industry for more than 38 years. He used to be head of UOB's Bumiputra's business banking division, a position he held for 18 years. Mr. Fhauzi, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you, Dhaliff. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thank you to Halal Development Corporation for according a slot for us to speak at this webinar. UOB Malaysia is proud to be here today for this very topical event, supporting businesses, especially the SME sectors, and developing the halal sector are areas that the bank has been actively championing in this country and across the region. First and foremost, let me share a little bit on who is UOB. UOB has had present in Malaysia for more than 70 years, since 1951. We are the most profitable, largest foreign bank operating in Malaysia in terms of assets, loans, and also deposits. We have 45 branches across the country, offering both conventional and, for the past 5 years, Islamic banking. We are a subsidiary of UOB, a leading bank in Asia with a global network of more than 500 branches and over 19 countries and territories, especially in the Asia Pacific, Europe, and North America. We offer Islamic banking products and services for both retail and also the wholesale banking customers. It is worth noting that our initial plan was to offer alternative financing to customers who seek Sharia compliant financing, especially the SME sectors, and also for customers who are tapping a new sectors and markets across the Asian region. As one of the largest banks, we have a duty to ensure and contribute to the region's long-term economic, social and environmental well-being. We also recognize that good corporate governance is essential for embedding sustainable business practices across the UOB group. This responsible long-run approach is central to our business strategy and activities. As part of this principle, we recognize the vital role we play through our financing practices in shaping responsible actions as we collectively forge a sustainable future. Islamic banking is one of the proof points where UOB is committed to responsible financing. We expect our customers to share our commitment and have systems in place to manage and mitigate the environmental, social, and governance, and mitigate the social and governance risks in their business. We adopted Bank Negara's value-based intermediation, i.e. VBI, which aims to deliver the intended outcomes of Sharia principles through practices, conduct, and offerings that generate positive and sustainable impact to the economy, community, and environment, consistent with the shareholders' sustainable returns and long-term interests. Many businesses, especially the SMEs, are struggling to find ways to survive this pandemic. What more in shaping themselves to adapt to the post-pandemic new norms? No matter how daunting the situation may be, at UOB, we are here to assist you and support the business right progressive solution to navigate these trying times and uncertain times. UOB had assisted customers by offering 6 months repayment moratorium, and as part of our continuous effort to support businesses that are financially impacted, helping to elevate cash flow as quickly as possible during this pandemic. In Islamic banking and finance, the additional advantage is that there is no compounding of profit, or in the conventional, you call it interest, since Sharia prohibits it. For those customers who require funding, for example, to purchase commercial properties, the bank can assist you through the term financing products. My dear colleague, Raymond Chui, will give you further insight and solution on this matter. Raymond Chui will share how our UOB business banking can enable and catalyze your business, especially the halal base, to gain more advantage under our UOB smart business solutions. We can also assist businesses which involve in regional trade to use the Islamic FX and also Islamic trade products, where businesses can use our cash management services. You can take advantage of our enhanced capabilities in regional and across border network. My colleague, Lucas Chu, will share more insight and solution in this matter. Well, as we move into the new norm and conducting business, SME need to adapt swiftly in meeting the current landscape. As consumer behaviors evolve from spending offline to online, businesses must harness technology as a new way of doing business. According to the survey done by UOB, Accenture, and Dun & Bradstreet last year, is 2020, small businesses across Asia are counting on technology to help themselves overcome the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on their operation. 2 in every 3 small businesses, including those currently with cash flow concern, rank technology as their top investment priority in 2020. The new norm is here to stay. The pandemic has accelerated the adoption of these new ways to do business, and it must be adopted now. We can connect your halal business with our business partners via our business programs under the JOM Transform and also JOM X. Whatever the digital solution, be it B2B or B2C e-commerce platform, cloud accounting system, artificial intelligence, and data analytics solutions, or even marketing technology solutions, we can bring you with the right provider. UOB can assist in you in your digital transformation journey and fulfilling your digital technology agenda. My colleague William Heng will elaborate on the JOM Transform program under the FinLab initiative in his presentation later. In closing, I would like to thank HDC again for providing UOB with this platform to share our thoughts and insight into this discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you will benefit from our session this morning, and information on our product and services can be found in our bank's website. You can also reach me or any of my colleagues for further information. Thank you, and I hope you will enjoy and benefit into this session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Over to you, Dhaliff. Thank you.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Fhauzi, for the insightful keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are honored to also have with us distinguished speakers from UOB that will be leading the panel discussions on the effects of this pandemic that has led to a change in the market landscape and a new emerging trends that business should be adopting to ensure business sustainability. Before we begin, allow me to introduce our panelists today, Mr. Lucas Chew, Executive Director, Country Head of Transaction Banking, UOB Malaysia. Mr. Lucas has 24 years of experience of in-depth knowledge in the banking industry. Currently, he is responsible for overseeing and driving the bank's transaction banking business that includes cash management, trade finance, financial supply chain management, and digital solutions. Another distinguished speaker for today is Mr. Raymond Chui, the Country Head of Business Banking of UOB Malaysia. Mr. Raymond Chui is currently the Executive Director and Country Head of Business Banking UOB Malaysia, a position he held since 2012. He assists the Chief Executive Officer in leading UOB's small and medium enterprises business segment. He has with him more than 25 years of banking experience in credit, sales, and product. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from Mr. Lucas Chew on a brief introduction on transaction banking, what they do, and the solutions UOB offers to our viewers today. Mr. Lucas.
Hi. Thank you, Dhaliff. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with everybody what we can do in UOB for transaction banking. As the term transaction banking, what it means is that my department look at transactions for all businesses, right? And in other than doing transactions, there can be many other ways of doing transactions. The main objective is that we wanted to help our customers in while drawing transaction, they be able to manage and control their cash flow and liquidity of the company during the operation of the businesses. And in this, especially in this pandemic situation, a lot of companies has actually cannot survive because of cash flow and liquidity problem, not so much because of it's not profitable or so, right? And because of the cash flow that cannot be sustained, that's why a lot of company has actually folded up. So that's why it's important the businesses will actually look at the cash flow and liquidity and work together with us in the transaction banking sector, that we can actually help find solutions. How do you actually manage and control the cash flow and liquidity during this especially during this pandemic situation. Over to you, Dhaliff.
Thank you, Mr. Lucas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some insights with regards to business banking from Mr. Raymond.
Yep. Good morning. Thank you, Arif. In UOB, we understand the opportunity and challenges faced by SME over the years. And we have been serving Malaysian SME for more than 67 years, where our SME customers accounted for 23% of our customer base. So today, if you look at SME in Malaysia, SME are actually the backbone of the Malaysian economy. Malaysian SMEs contributed 38% to overall GDP, 17% to total export, and 66% to total employment. That was as per the SME Annual Report 2019. And today, if you look at the total SME in Malaysia, 98% of the business establishment in Malaysia are actually SME. So in UOB, we are actually committed to provide business solutions to help SME progress through different stages of growth and life. And also we aim to help SME to grow using technology, tailored advices and support with flexible lending solutions. Right, thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Raymond. All right, Mr. Raymond, as what you just shared, we know that SME plays a significant role in the economy. But despite their contributions, most of SMEs have limited access to financing due to their financial strength, as we know it. We have also witnessed government increasingly focus on developing SME sector by introducing various schemes, initiatives, and policies. However, the current state initiative and policies, however, the current state of SME financing in Malaysia remains sizable gap to be filled and opportunity to serve. My question to you, Mr. Raymond, what are the solutions UOB banking offers to this group of SME?
All right, thanks. Okay, so recognizing that working capital is really the key to the SME operations and also growth, particularly in Malaysia. So we continue to actually broaden our range of financing solutions to meet their needs. If you look at the growing SME, we have today partner with SAPP, that is Syarikat Jaminan Perniagaan Berhad, to provide clean loan up to 1 million without any collaterals required at a very competitive pricing. So for the expanding SME, which are ready to purchase their own properties, we provide property financing loan up to 90% to help them complete purchase, and we can also top up their margin to 150% for their trade working capital facilities. So this will offer more flexibility in terms of flexible solutions that help SME to accelerate their cash flow via various trade financing options and reduce payment risk as well. So we are also pleased to actually announce that UOB is one of the financial institutions under the Sharia compliant SME financing scheme initiated by Government of Malaysia to actually provide property financing assistance called BIS Property Term Financing I to eligible Malaysian SME, whereby the Government of Malaysia has agreed to pay a 2% of profit rate charge. So this is in fact very attractive to SME, and SMEs can actually leverage on this to grow their business. So besides financing facilities catering to their daily needs, we do provide relief assistance and immediate assistance to businesses impacted by the outbreak of COVID-19 and also MCO. Since the outbreak of COVID-19 in 2020, we have assisted more than 2,500 SMEs in UOB Malaysia. Today, we actually pledge to provide continuous support to help SME impacted by COVID-19 and MCO, for example, to restructure their financing and financial repayment based on their cash flow requirement. Right, thanks.
All right, thank you, Raymond. Actually, I'm excited to hear what Mr. Raymond has just shared. 90%, that's exciting. Okay, my next question to Mr. Lucas, perhaps. Okay, the question will be, during this unprecedented times, many SME has changed their business model from brick and mortar business to online platform to stay afloat and maintain competitive. Does UOB observe the same trends for the bank's customers and what solutions UOB offers to support customers in digitalizing their business. Mr. Lucas, perhaps we can get your view on this.
Thank you, Dhaliff. For businesses to move from both brick and mortar to online, I don't think there's a choice, right? And anymore in this kind of a situation that we are in, because of the lockdown where movement are all controlled. So people cannot just go out and do business, right? And if you open up for business, nobody will come because it doesn't do that anymore, right? People cannot go there anymore. And at the same time, as a business, even if you do not, you're not a shop that allow consumer to walk in or so, even when you do business, for you to do banking transactions, you have no choice but to go online, because you can't go to the bank because the bank also control. You need to make appointments and you need to line up for a long time before you be able to get into a banking hall to actually do any transactions. So the only way for you to do transactions or make payments and do collections is to go online. So going online is not a choice anymore, right? So because of that, we do see, right, there is a spike, right, of businesses that actually turn to online to do businesses. In fact, we've seen that this is the highest percentage in terms of activation, customers activating their online platform and do these transactions over online platforms, right? So this is, we saw a spike during the pandemic situation period, and this is common in the market, right? And for UOB, we have all these e-platform and online platform has all this time, right? But to cater to some of these businesses who have most of the time or previously who are actually more brick or mortar type of business, we actually work with external parties like Exabyte and IP88 and put up a bundling, right? Where for people who have no online platform, you can actually set up an online platform, including of designing your website, putting up your catalogs, right? And enabling transactions to happen. People can go to your online platform and make order and make payments and so on, right? With our partners, Exabyte and IP88. And all this can be done within 3 days. So these are actually some of the things that packages that we put together to enable this. And on the other hand, from the bank side, we also have packages like we call BizCard Plus, right? Where we actually put a account where already set up with all the payments and collection systems in place to enable the customers to go do transactions over online very quickly. And also we enable products like Do It Now QR, and so that if anybody who wanted to do business and do collections from people who walk into their business, especially doing cashless and contactless, right? This is all the new buzzword during the pandemic, right? That cashless and contactless, you can actually use multiple ways of doing payments, including Do It Now QR and so on, using the bank's facilities to do that.
All right, 3 days to set up digital page. That is interesting. I guess today we cannot run away. Me as a customer, I don't pay cash anymore. So I guess as a consumer, the trend is we just expect people to, provide us with online payments. So it's very interesting to hear that UOB is setting all this up for the SMEs in just a very short, limited amount of time to set all this up. All right, before I move on to my next question, let's head on to our polling on your screen right now, next to the question. So I just want to highlight what we are polling today, just one question. So we would like to know, what is your business expectation for next year, 2022? So we would like to hear feedbacks from you. We would like to see whether you are feeling positive about 2022, or you are still unsure, or you are worried and hopeful, and probably going to be tough year for you. So let us know. Yeah, so maybe all these inputs can help us, HDC, and as well UOB to come up with something to assist all of you. All right, moving on to my next question to Mr. Raymond. Mr. Raymond, is UOB Business Banking ready? Ready to help SMEs to digitalize their businesses? And if it is so, how so?
Yep. Thank you. So definitely we are ready to actually help SME, and we have been doing so for the past 3 to 4 years. And today, if you look at COVID-19, which have actually accelerated the needs for businesses to actually embrace and speed up digital adoption in order to actually stay relevant and viable as more people stay at home and countries are being put on lockdown. Businesses have to find ways to continue operations by enabling their employees to work remotely from home or from anywhere else, and even to find ways to actually sell their products and services online, for example, Facebook, right? So to help our SME customers to tap on technology for digital transformation, we work with various ecosystem partners to roll out series of initiative products and programs to help SME to go digital. So for example, let me give you an example in UOB, what we do. We have actually launched our UOB Smart Business back in 2018, which is a cloud-based solution that offers a range of integrated solutions, allow users seamlessly manage multiple core processes such as sales, invoicing, payroll, accounting, e-commerce, and etc. etc. So it is actually designed to digitize SME business operations and processes while incorporating banking products, like, for example, a current account. So since UOB Smart Business was officially launched in 2018, we had more than 17,000 SME registered for these digital solutions with good feedbacks and testimonial, right? And really seeing SME grow from manual-based to digital, right? So today, again, if you look at the market, we are seeing a significant increase in online business activities. People are actually moving online with numerous MCO and also lockdown, and businesses again have to find solutions to actually keep the business running more efficiently and stay relevant. And I think that's the keyword, stay relevant. And at UOB, we have also partnered with StoreHub, a prominent cloud-based POS system provider commonly adopted by F&B business and also retail SME, to assist in transforming their conventional business operations to online. A very good example would be Beep Delivery, which adopted StoreHub solutions for their day-to-day and end-to-end delivery services. So this is actually a very good example how business actually go from offline to online. All right, thanks.
Right, thank you, Mr. Raymond. Okay, my next question. A relatively little amount of supply chain financing is being used since last year, meaning we are seeing a low inquiry on the supply chain financing due to the pandemic. This somehow throws us a question mark over the ability of some small suppliers to survive. Companies with financial muscle and a stronger credit profile could, on standalone basis, more likely are less affected by the pandemic to compare with the others. But that strength would mean a little in the supply chain where the weakest link, or the small suppliers, gasping for affordable credit and adequate liquidity, or is facing the risk of going out of business. What is UOB's view on this? Mr. Lucas.
Thank you, Dhaliff. This is a very complicated question. Reason being saying that is you rightly pointed out, right? The weakest link in the ecosystem of a business, right, is always the smaller guys, right? The smaller SMEs. Reason being that, you know, in any company, you cannot survive if your suppliers don't survive or your distributor don't survive, right? So the entire ecosystem is very important in that sense, right? So in UOB, we have recognized this for a long time, right? We actually have put up we call it Financial Supply Chain Management Solutions, right? Or in short, FSCM solutions, right? To actually address this and looking at ecosystem banking. What we meant by ecosystem banking or FSCM is that we look at the stronger party, in this case, we call it the anchors, right? Whether the anchors are buying or selling, right? But these anchors are the bigger companies. It has the financial strength to survive especially during the pandemic situation, and using their leveraging on their financial strength to help their suppliers or their distributors, right? So in what I mean by that is that we can actually look at leveraging on the anchor's strength to say, if the suppliers is actually supplying, whether can we finance the supplier so that the supplier can get money earlier so that they can buy their raw material and manufacture and supply to the anchor. And if it's a distributor, in a distributor model, distributor are the SMEs, are the smaller companies. We can actually help them in terms of their collection or making earlier payments to the anchor so that they can actually get some discount out from the payment discount from the anchors. So looking at the entire ecosystem, that's what we actually look at, right? Maybe to give you a better illustration, I give you one example. One example is one of the largest beverage manufacturer, right, in the country. They have this FSCM program with us, and we have put up 120 million cap, right, on this program, right, to help the distributors. In this case, because the beverage company is actually selling and using a network of distributors to help them to sell, right, to the retail and all the supermarkets of the world, right? So we have this FSCM program that the distributors can actually take financing from the bank to make payments to the anchor. And in this whole program that we actually set up, we have actually managed to cut the anchor's collection time period, right? Or we call it day sales outstanding, from 45 days to 21 days. And this in turn, it means that it is the savings of 2% of savings to the anchor in terms of their financial impact, right? 2% better impact for the company, and in all the entire ecosystem, because of the FSCM program that we put in place, liquidity become better, risk management become better, costs become more efficient, and the entire ecosystem have grown their sales during the pandemic situation of a double-digit growth. And so this is actually a proof, evidence of how the FSCM program can help in the supply chain and ecosystem environment.
Right.
Dhaliff?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lucas. All right. I would like to head on back to our polling. We have another new question coming in. So we would like to know, what is your main challenge in the current digitalized world? Either your costly payment methods, yeah, this is what you think, or low visibility, or no e-commerce capabilities, or staff difficulties, or weak online marketing. Let us know, what is your opinion on this? And also, before I forget, please drop in your question as well. It is still open, yeah, while you can, because later we are going to close the Q&A if we got plenty of the questions already. But now it is still open. Please drop in your questions now. All right, we have just heard on the solutions for SMEs to continue, sustain, and excel, or staying relevant, as what Mr. Raymond said earlier, during this challenging time. Let's hear further on other UOB solutions beyond banking. Also with us here today is Mr. William Heng, First Vice President and Head of Fintech ecosystem and innovation channels and digitalization, UOB Malaysia. Graduated from Staffordshire University, United Kingdom in computing, William started his career in banking in 2003 when he was tasked at driving digital transformation initiative as the advent of technology began to evolve customers' banking behavior. Seeing the need to also support businesses adapt in ever-changing digital-driven economy, he is now leading a team to position UOB as a digital ecosystem enabler. He has spearheaded the implementation of a business transformation program to support local enterprises' digital adoption. Apart from banking, he is also a good IT person. He has a good IT background, having worked for several technology service providers in Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. William Heng.
Thank you, Dhaliff. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And big shout out to HDC for having us. We are truly honored. Thank you very much. And to echo Mr. Fhauzi opening, study shows that technology was ranked the top investment by SME in 2020 with 64%. That's a good figure that shows embracing digitalization is the new norm. But it also means that close to 40% of SMEs needed help on this area. And over here in Malaysia, with lockdown after lockdown, our livelihood are affected. The economy sector slowly opening up as we learn to live with this pandemic. But the thing is, people are still worried about going out. I myself, I got to think twice, especially when we have young kids at home. Hence, online payment, e-payment, online presence to market your services, your products are extremely important for SMEs. Not forgetting managing our day-to-day operation through online, as most of us are working from home now. Ladies and gentlemen, if that sounds like there's a lot to process and to do along the line of digitalization, yes, it does. And here's the good news. We are here to help. UOB Malaysia is here to help and support your digitalization growth going beyond banking. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenges in our digitalized world is real, so real, and these are the most common ones. Like what is shared by Dhaliff during the poll, weak online marketing. Do you have a website for your company? Even so, do we market our services and product to relevant target segmentation that we wish to capture as our customer? E-commerce capabilities. Multi-channel is very important. In regards to any products and services, we need to explore alternate channels, especially online, to expand our business outreach in this new norm. Costly payment method. Echo what Lucas has shared. There are so many payment gateway available, but service charge has always been a challenge. How do we know which payment method best complement our businesses? And of course, our resources in staff, employing with the era of technology, right? We need to continue to upskill, reskilling of our employees. And of course, low visibility of cash flow. Tracking of our company expenditure is crucial for us to better manage our OPEX and also our CAPEX. And all these common challenges can be addressed through digitalization. And beyond what have shared by my colleague, Raymond and also Lucas, Smart Business, today I'm going to share with you two beyond banking initiatives that the bank has embarked to better support our SME customer, our UOB SME customers. Introducing the FinLab Jom Transform program, a program to kick off your digitalization journey. Jom Transform program is a localized accelerator program catered for SME to get the ball rolling through well-taught content and workshops. And connecting SME to industry experts and tech solution provider. Through the program, business owner, you will be able to learn the multiple layers of digitalization, match with tech solution providers to implement your digital adoptions. And the bank, we strive really hard since the kickoff of our program to create this platform and modules such as business model canvas, where we help business owner revisit your business model, understand your revenue stream, your customer segmentation, and your channels. A digital need assessment to understand your needs, your problem statement, be it the front end or the back end, workshops on digitalization pillar to showcasing of tech solution provider through a tech pitching day. And throughout our journey, we have supported by government and private agencies, higher learning institution and association. And back in 2019, when we kick off, we wrap up the program with great response from the ground, and our management wanted us to scale. And coupled with the challenges of the pandemic, we went online to bring this program beyond demographic since 2020. And the Finland Drone Transform is now available online. Over the past years, we have supported many SMEs, and we also covered by the mainstream and tech medias. And here's a video to showcase our journey, which can help you better understand the program better. Let's roll. Thank you.
Today we have launched the Finland Drone Transform program in Malaysia. A few months ago we had launched the Finland Thailand program, and last year we had run our business transformation program in Singapore. In a way, we have actually brought the program to 3 cities. We can now connect the participants and the tech solutions that we have reached out to in these 3 cities and bring them all together.
Digital and digitalization is a word that is big, but not all of us are born digital. And because we are not born digital, and we have to become digital, and we have to adopt digital, in order that we don't get left behind by Industry 4.0.
Drone Transform BMT workshop has been eye-opening and also very interesting. It's led us to think about our business model, to really rethink it, and also to think about ways on how to transform the business.
Series of workshops are fantastic, very in-depth type of content. Digital marketing and branding it offers me a different perspective, deeper understanding of branding. It definitely provide me the knowledge gap to move forward.
The main key challenges for us in our innovation and technology adoption journey is a lack of expertise in our company in going digital. Technology is moving faster than ever before. Our management is lack of exposure to pick the right vendor as well as implementing the technology.
The best thing is คือการที่ได้เจอ SME ต่างๆนะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็น SME ตั้งแต่เล็กจนถึงใหญ่ไปเลยนะครับซึ่งการได้แลกเปลี่ยนความคิดเห็นและได้ฟังปัญหาของเขานะครับทำให้เราได้เข้าใจเขามากขึ้นว่าเราจะต้องซัพพอร์ตเขายังไง
Welcome back, everyone. Okay, having seen the video back in 2019, so it's time for me to share some success story. So the first one is 𝗧𝗧, a very prominent brand restaurant in Malaysia, especially in Kuala Lumpur. They own 𝗧𝗧 restaurant, GB & Co, and of course 𝗪𝗔𝗓𝗓. If you guys have not tried 𝗪𝗔𝗓𝗓, right, have the best signature watermelon cake. If you guys have not tried it, that's the best. You guys can go ahead and try 𝗪𝗔𝗓𝗓 signature watermelon cake. And for them, they have so much business pain point in terms of manual data collection and also resource intensive in collecting data. So through the program, we match them with AI Amazing, a tech solution provider under our ecosystem, and they look into data analytics, and the outcome, they improve their efficiency and they reduce discrepancy and also fraud prevention. And VCR is a very famous cafe in KL. and they implement 𝗪𝗓𝗕 solution to build a white label B2B ordering site and offer great convenience to their customers. And L&T Machinery, a service sector that's ran power generator. Through the program, they implement multiple solutions to better understand their customers, to drive leads to conversion. And they even implement Magistral, this solution provider that produce attractive video and its product and reduce production times and costs for them to market it online. And here are some testimonial by Markets, a manufacturing arm. Makeover guys, they are quite prominent in terms of interior design and also renovation. They partner with few key developers in Malaysia as well. So ultimately, through the program, they learn to be open, willing and able towards change and transformation, also prioritizing their digital needs. So in terms of the program that we run this year, we run two cohorts. The first cohort ended in July, and our second cohort is starting this month, which is very timely with this presentation. And the cohort 2 will have 5 weeks of learning for SME customers to learn. So week 1, how to build a digital business. It covers business model canvas, where you actually look into your segmentation of customers, your opportunities. Then we apply design thinking as well. Week 2 on digital marketing to look at your marketing strategy. Week 3, e-commerce, one of the highest, in terms of the poll question, right? One of the highest that participants are actually keen to find out more. Then we're going to share about what are the trends for e-commerce and what kind of solution provider partners that we have that will be able to release your dream of having an e-commerce platform. And of course, week 4, operation. All these are front end, not forgetting our operation back end that covers, say, for example, what Mr. Raymond has shared just now, smart business. We cover solution at the back end that includes ERP, accounting, and also HR solution. And in terms of week 5 going regional, if there's any SME business owner out there, if you want to actually go beyond cross-border, if you want to expand your business, especially in the ASEAN region, right? Look no further. UOB is one of the largest banks in the whole ASEAN region. Let us help you to support you in terms of your expansion cross-border. We have our foreign direct investment advisory, where we can actually advise you properly how to actually enter the ASEAN context where UOB has strong presence in. So these 5 weeks workshops, right, is starting this month. At the end of my presentation, I will actually flag out the QR code. You may actually register your interest and participate in the program. And before I move on to the second initiative that I want to share today, I want to conclude the Jom Transform program that it's a program, it's a workshop to help you adopt digitalization, to learn more about digitalization. And the key word now is free for all our UOB customers. We are not charging a single cent, and there's no hidden cost, purely as this is a value that the bank strive together to put together this program, this platform, to offer our customer, our UOB customer, to enjoy beyond our traditional banking facilities. So moving on, the Jom X campaign. This is a new initiative that brought to you by UOB Malaysia, which we recently launched with a press release. And the thought process behind it is the objective. By having our ears on the ground, we understand digital adoption is crucial. Hence, with the experience that we have over the past years, the team put up a suite of solutions for your easy implementation. These are the 7 tech solution providers that we partner to support SMEs from various industries, that what they do and what the offers going to be like. I'm going to cover in the next couple of slides. So there are 7 tech solution providers that we onboarded for this Jom X campaign. And how do UOB customer SMEs benefit from it? So these are the very proposition. It's on digital adoption to help you, fast deployable, complementary subscription, easy to use, try and tested digital solution. This is very important because currently SMEs out there, if you want to have a digital solution, you put the words out there, right? There's so many tech solution providers who knock on your doors, right? You will never know which one is truly tested and are good solution. Through our ecosystem, we'll be able to actually feature solution provider. They are really good and they are tried and tested, so that you can rest assured that this solution will be able to support your digitalization growth. And of course, all these bundles, right, are specially created to support our UOB customers. All right, so JOMX. So what it covers, who are all these solution providers? And in a nutshell, quickly run through with you, we have e-commerce, which is supported by exabytes. If you want to create a website, if you run a restaurant, you want to have an e-restaurant store design and professional design writing, exabytes will be able to help you. AutoCount, cloud accounting, back-end operation through accounting. AutoCount is our partner that will be able to support you in terms of your back-end operation. AutoMakeMe is a marketing tech where they leverage on WhatsApp communication platform for you to have a better engagement and experience for your customer during your engagement with them. And Detail is an AI and data analytics where actually you can actually use data to do forecasts. Design AI is a creative tech. So moving your business online is crucial. Moving it to e-commerce, multi-channels is important, but how do we market it even if we have a proper website? So Design AI with the creative tech, right? They have stock of images and videos that you can use to create marketing campaign to push your services and product online, be it social media as well. And Droppy, a key partner of UOB Bank, they will be able to support your B2B trading platform. And OrangeFin is a robotic process automation. If you have a lot of operation work, repetition, extracting of data, their robotic process automation can fix it with the speed like 1 minute or even in seconds, right? All this programming robotic, right, will be able to help you in terms of your quotation, your invoices. And what is the bank offering? Having shared with you the beauty of this JOMX bundle. So, ladies and gentlemen, the bank is giving away 200 free monthly subscription packages of up to 13 months. And all these packages are available to the range of JOMX digital solution that I have shared. And there is so much savings of cost, and it is a great opportunity for you as business owner to try out this solution to measure the value of digitalization without spending a single cent. And I will share the QR code for sign up towards the end. And I urge SME owner, business owner to snatch up this golden opportunity to take the leap of faith towards digitalization. And from all these solutions that you take up under JOMX, take this as a pilot where you actually learn the value of how digital can help you. And it's a great, great bundle for you all to snatch. And here's a list of use cases for you to better understand. I won't go too much into details of what JOMX solution provider will be able to help, but I'll quickly run through so you can have a better idea of it. And the takeaway of JOMX campaign is the solution are able to help you back end, front end to your digitalization need, and it cut across various industries. So the first one, Zilin, a watch hub carrying original brands. Through exabytes, they create an all-in-one e-commerce solution that includes website design and development, integrate a complete payment gateway and order form to facilitate client business transaction. The second one, CapGold, a gold trading company based on Sharia compliance, implemented a fully integrated accounting solution with accounts, sales, purchase, and stock control that save up to 50% of resource time. And AutoCount is part of what Mr. Raymond has shared just now, is part of this smart business umbrella solution where we come in to support SMEs better. And the next one is Notch Foods, supply premium Norwegian seafood. They improve their end-to-end customer engagement and communication through automate solution. And Captainade, a local brand selling fresh squeezed lemonade. They improve their efficiency in identifying channels and marketing through data analytics by Detail. Data is gold. If you have a lot of data, right, you need to know how to access the data, to do forecasts, and how to actually run campaigns as well. So data is the solution provider that will be able to help you in that. Liquid Moly, a distributor of premium automotive lubricant. They improve their brand awareness through design AI with great visuals, great images, great videos that attract more clicks, traffic, and engagement on social media. And if you want to look at campaign online to push your services and product, design AI is the solution to go. And I understand the poll talks about bringing business online, e-commerce, and I have shared that VCI is one of our Jom Transform past participants as well. The result is impressive. 14 times B2B sales increased within the first 6 months due to the ease of ordering that shortened sales order and fulfillment cycles. Average 88% monthly B2B sales growth across 9 months. This happened despite the MCO restriction, and it may happen with the Droppy all-in-one B2B2C trading solution. And last but not least, LWE is a logistic company, and through robotic process automation, we call it RPA by Orangefin, they are able to reduce time taken on manual processing, which reduce human error and cost. And all these are use cases by the 7 tech solution provider under the JomX bundle. And now with the press release we just launched, there are 200 subscription up until 30 months with so much savings for UOB customer, for SME owner to snatch. So I'm going to share the QR code later. Do register your interest, and our team will actually get in touch with you to facilitate this onboarding process. And I'll touch a little bit on ecosystem partnership. UOB has always embraced the spirit of collaboration to do more together and anchor ourselves as an ecosystem enabler together with our partner to drive the industry forward. And for us here at UOB, we will remain centered on building an ecosystem which we are really passionate to drive value beyond banking, where business and innovation can thrive, leveraging on digital solution and digital platform, which you have heard today, Jom Transform program, the tech ecosystem, smart business, JomX bundle. All these are angle where we want to partner together, collaborate together with partners, of course, with strategic partners such as HDC to support businesses locally, internationally through the Halal strategy, and as well as SME that want to expand across border. We are here truly to partner with partners to support the industry forward. And with that, this is my last slide. So together with my colleague, the message is clear. We urge you all to join us. Unlock your business potential through digitalization. If you want to get in touch with a contact person, you can call my colleague Jeffrey. His contact number and also email address is here. You can take all these details down. And what I've shared today is on the Jom Transform program, the workshop front. If you want to find out more, if you want to participate, this cohort 2 that we are running in September, scan the QR code, find out more, reach out to us. Reach out to Jeffrey, find out more about the program, about our UOB banking facilities, how we can actually support you from your payment, from your aspiration to cross-border in the whole ASEAN market. Join us, we'll be able to help you. And to echo, today is the 9.9 mega online sales. A lot of online platform is doing all this online sales, right? I mean, UOB is doing the same. We have our JomX bundle. There's only 200 bundles for you to snatch up. Scan the JomX bundle, snatch it. And the good news is all these values that we put up front, right, guys? Para hadirin sekalian, SME owners and friends, all these are free for our UOB customer. Snatch it up, join us as part of our UOB family so that we can be right by you to support you in your business growth. And with that, thank you very much. Back to you, Dhaliff.
Thank you, William. That is very interesting. 9-9 today. Yeah, I believe all of us is getting ready for it. Anyway, all right. So there are a few things, plenty of things, actually everything what I heard from William is very interesting because I know I'm dealing a lot with halal industry players. Yeah, I know these are the things that what people want, to transform. I've heard about robotics. That you just explained earlier. That is very interesting, and I know that UOB also provides services to help these people transform through Jom Transform program. What is the most interesting that I heard is just that UOB is not just servicing. I've heard that you mentioned data analytics, meaning that while you are helping these people, you are understanding these people, providing the service, understanding them and tailor, their situation to the best. Yeah? It's like AI integration, but being done by the people, the experts at UOB. That is very interesting. And of course, I guess this is for viewers. This is something that, I can say we would need because we are getting ready, or actually perhaps we are already at the beginning of Industry Revolution 4.0. Okay, all right. Now we have come to the Q&A session and I have received several questions. And actually I would like to thank our back-end team who has done a tremendous job filtering the question because we receive plenty and there are some overlapping questions. So let me read it out. So I would like to have all the speakers. Yeah, I will say your name because our team has already classified the questions. Which of you will answer? All right. Question number 1 from Mr. Mike. Okay, this question goes to Mr. Raymond. Mr. Raymond, okay, the question is, my shop has been closed for the last 3 to 6 months due to MCO, FMCO. Will the bank still consider my loan application?
Thanks, Harith. Okay, so the answer is definitely yes. We will still consider your loan application for the fact that you have not been operating for the past 3 to 6 months due to MCO. We actually look at what other alternative sales channel you actually move on to. For example, whether you have actually moved online to Lazada or even to Instagram or Facebook to actually do your sales activities, right? So we also, we know, and today we understand your pain point. We know your financial statement will not be reflective. So that's why we look at your recent past 3 months to 6 months bank statements to actually understand your business activities, to look at your cash flow, and from there we actually assess your whether you are actually eligible for a loan application. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. All right. Next question to Fhauzi. Fhauzi has been on idle since the beginning. All right. Now, question to Mr. Fhauzi. UOB just offered Islamic banking, as you mentioned in your opening speech. How comfortable the customer with UOB to get Sharia compliant or halal solutions to business customers? Sheikh Fhauzi, you are on mute.
Sorry for that. Thank you, Dhaliff. I'm not sure where you stay, but I once passed Kota Damansara and I saw this tagline in one of the nasi kandar shop, which mentioned, "We are not the first, but we are the best." Now, bringing to that, all our product and services, before we offer to the customers, it has to go through a stringent Sharia process and it must be approved by our Sharia expert. Our Sharia committee members are expert in the industries who have had many years of experience in both Islamic banking and also their Sharia, what we call it, Islamic law. And after being approved there, it must also be approved by the central bank, which is Bank Negara Malaysia. before it is being offered to our customer. So in short, what I'm trying to say is, before it's being offered to our customers, rest assured, it has gone through the process or stringent process, and it is Sharia compliant almost to the highest level. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fhauzi. All right, that's enlightening. That is enlightening. Okay, our next question to Mr. Lucas. All right, Mr. Lucas, how, this person said, how do I get my anchor to sign up for FSCM so as a distributor, we can access to financing?
Firstly, I think what you can do is that talk to us, refer to us, who is your anchor. In fact, if many of our larger companies, we have been in contact with them already. So this could be just an extension, and it actually helps, right? Because the request actually come from you as a distributor, and you think that you need help on this. So it enables us to have a better conversation with the anchor, and we can actually tell the anchor, say there is a need coming from the distributor, and we are here to help, and we can share our experience. Maybe just to share a bit on since the what we came up with the FSCM program, to date we are already having more than 20 FSCM program running. And importantly, I think one of the things that I think a lot of people think that FSCM programs are only running more for FMCG type of environment, which is not true, because what we have in some of our programs, we have into different sectors that's actually doing FSCM with us, right? We have a construction companies, we have oil and gas companies, right? And we have telecommunication companies that's actually having FSCM programs with us. So feel free, contact us. I think at the end of the session, there will be contacts that we'll be providing to you. Contact us and tell us who is your anchor, and we will continue to take it from there so that we can go along with you through the journey. Yeah.
Yes, please contact directly to UOB. Or like William has shared earlier, the QR, just go to UOB now. Okay, next question to Mr. Raymond. Mr. Raymond, it says here, how do you convince, this is interesting, how do you convince traditional business to adopt to digitalize their business? From brick and mortar to digital, how?
Thanks, Dhaliff. So I think what is really important to the traditional SME business is that, in summary, two very important short statements is, if you go digital, you can actually save costs and also save on your resources, right? Because when you go from offline to online, especially in your manual processing of documents, you can actually save on manpower, right? And you can actually utilize this manpower to actually do other things in your business, and that will actually help you to increase the productivity of your people, right? So going digital is really the future, and end of the day, with the experience in UOB, we have actually helped 17,000 customers registered on our UOB Smart Business, and we start to actually see them transform from their manual-based processing system to digital. So that is something that we are actually proud to actually share with you. And if you want to actually find out more, please come on board with us to see how we can actually help you go digital. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Raymond. All right, next question is going to go to Mr. Lucas. Okay, it says here, my business was badly affected as we are not online. It took a while to find a right partner to go online, but our collections are very manual and reconciliation is cumbersome as we have to match customer transaction slip to our invoice. What solutions that UOB offer to help?
Okay. Firstly, when you look at digitalization, right, many of the digital solutions that is available today, right, in the market. Example, if you actually make payments via a IBG, for example, or FPX, right, then you actually will see that there are actually certain references that you need to key in, right? So that references is actually enabling you to do some reconciliation. However, there are some businesses, right, when you actually look into the way of collecting, right, even though they give you some references, but because you are actually one to many and you are selling to many consumers, sometimes it's difficult. And a very good example is that when you sell to consumers, there's cross-border. Someone is paying you from another country. So the person is using a bank that is actually from another country. When he do the transaction, he may actually quote all the references, right, in the payment itself. But the bank, whether the bank capture it, and because the bank can be one bank going to an intermediary bank before it goes to another bank, before it reaches to the country, right? A lot of this information may be truncated along the way. And when you receive the money, you got the money, but you actually don't know who. And you don't know what are they paying for, right? One of the solutions that we have in UOB is something we call virtual account, right? Virtual account is like the name says, is virtual. So what we do is that for every transaction, for every order, right, we can actually assign a special account number. This is like a birth certificate or an ID, right, for that particular transaction, or only that transaction, right? So for that transaction, for the person to pay to this, to make payment to this transaction, the only thing that, or the most important thing, you must pay to an account. And because this account is unique and is actually tied to the transaction itself, so when you put in the account number, right, the virtual account number, the receiving party who actually assign the account, the virtual account, already know that you are paying for this transaction, and this only. It could be a transaction, it could be someone, so that, you know, it can be this person pay many times, but he always pay to this account, virtual account number, and you know it's actually from this person that's paying, right? So the virtual account number is very unique, right? Is a solution that is unique and is a unique proposition from UOB. And another uniqueness is that because the way that you structure in your accounting system, the way that you capture accounts or capture information may vary. That means the length of data that you actually put in may vary. UOB is the only bank, right, that can actually cater for variable account numbers. That means the account number can be 9-digit, can be 12-digit, can be 15-digit, right? So these are actually the variables that you can actually put in the account, virtual account number, so that you can capture it accordingly and enable you, once you see the virtual account number, you'll be able to do the reconciliation at the back end.
Oh, that is interesting. Mr. Lucas, I'm interested. This is my question because I am interested when you said virtual account and you explain it in detail. Sounds to me that, I don't know, probably you can correct me if I'm wrong. This is something that supports blockchain? Something like, you know, can be a part of link in blockchain, especially Halal. Sounds to me it can be.
Not really blockchain technology, because blockchain is a bit different, because you need to have a database to capture, and everybody need to be subscribing it into a blockchain environment for you to enable the blockchain technology. In this case, how do I say, is copying the idea of a blockchain, but not using blockchain itself. But the idea is the same, that every transaction has a uniqueness to it, so that you can actually be able to trace.
Traceability, yes. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Lucas, again, since you mentioned cross-border earlier, there's a question here I would like to highlight. how can UOB help SME in cross-border trade? So how would you say to this?
This thank you, Dhaliff, and thank you for the person who asked the question. Right? This is common, right? That in today's environment, right, globalization is already a norm, right, where people do business. You not only be only in Malaysia domestic, and you actually deal with different countries. So in way of you dealing with different countries, it depending on which country that you are dealing with, and also the laws of the rules, right, in terms of transaction of dealing with these countries is different. So in many of the cases, we actually provide advisory services to businesses, so that when you talk to us and you say, I'm trying to do business with this country, we can tell you with this country what are the limitations, what are the things you can do, and so on, right? One is advisory services. Secondly is that in some of these services that we provide, because you are doing business, your expertise is running your business in wherever you're doing. Our business, right, is a bank. We are the one that actually know all the rules and so on. In any way that if you think that you need the bank to help you to prepare the documents, the shipping documents or the application of a LC and the dealing with the other banks and so on, you can actually outsource that to the bank. And the bank can actually help you to do this, right, for a certain fee. And we can actually help you to prepare all this. And because we have the expertise, we know what to do, right? And we can do that for you. And thirdly is that when you do the normal transaction, when you do the transaction with the cross-border parties, right? That's where our network, firstly, we have a network of UOB, right? Like what Fhauzi said earlier, right? That we have in 19 countries, and we are especially strong in the ASEAN countries, right? So we can actually use our network to help you to actually connect with all these different parties cross-border, and also that we provide trade finance services and so on, where LC financing and all those things these are all the normal stuff that we can actually do. But I think importantly is that we need to understand the business. When you talk about cross-border business or cross-border payments, important is which country, what rules apply.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lucas. Let's move on to next question I got here for William. William, someone asked, Mr. Fred, how does the bank help or educate customer to adopt online? He said, my dad still line up in the bank during MCO. He is not convinced to use internet banking to do business.
Hi, thanks, Dhaliff, for the question. Over at our end, right? Like what I shared just now, right? Upskill and reskill is something that is truly important. And the solution for his question is there already. He will need to be the neck to the head, because the father will be the head, he's the neck. So he's the influencer. So he's the influencer, right? He will need to be able to actually educate. And there are so many awareness programs out there, like the bank is supporting, to learn about digital awareness, to learn about the various pillars of digitalization, and of course, the security. So, I mean, there are so many contents out there in terms of awareness that even the bank will be able to actually help. So that is one angle that I believe we can actually better support in terms of second generation to help their parents, right, to adopt digitalization. And of course, our branch footprint, right, is covered throughout Malaysia. So since the father, right, is always there to queue up for cash or anything, right, he can actually pop up to engage our service manager, right, will be able to actually advise him, to assure him that it's safe going online.
Okay, yeah. All right, noted on that. All right, I'm going to pick up one last question. I'm sorry, we don't really have much time. Okay, this last question goes to Mr. Raymond. Mr. Raymond, the question is, regarding cross-border business, how could we minimize on the remittance charges and reducing risk of currency fluctuation?
Thanks, Harif. I actually like these questions very much. Very good questions, because with these questions, it actually allowed me to share with you how best in UOB we understand SME business in the market. Right. Okay. So today, if you look at the market, especially particularly on your FX management of the FX risk, hedging, and also FX fluctuation, in most of the market, right, only bigger customers, bigger SME, MNCs, and also corporate customers are actually getting attention and of the dealers, and also a relationship manager to actually manage their FX risk. With this pain point and also the feedback from SME customers, we in UOB, we actually set up FX desk under our global market site to actually particularly focus on servicing SME customers. Right, so with this desk available to actually service SME customers, you actually get updates on FX rates, fluctuations, and also how best to actually manage your FX risk. Right, so this is what we do after understanding the pain point of the SME customers. Now, when it comes to remittances, we know that most of our customers are actually either in import or export, and they need to actually remit money to overseas. Right, and we have, with that, we have actually created a product called BizMax, where we are not only minimizing your remittance charges, we actually waive your remittance charges up to 72 transactions a year. Right, so if you actually sign on to this product, you actually get free charges on your remittances. Thanks, Harif.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Raymond. Thank you, Mr. Lucas, William, and Mr. Fhauzi. All right, so that's all of our questions today. And now I would like to go to our polling results. So I think that our organizer will help to flash the result on our screen. And if there is none, let me just read it out. So our first question for today: what is your main challenge in the current digitalized world? Our first question was, what is your business expectation for 2022? Okay, so there were 4 options. The lowest one is, which is 11%, going to be tough year. Yeah, and then followed by unsure, and there are 27% of people says that you are feeling positive, which is good, but the highest ranking, 46%, says you are worried but hopeful. Yes, we are all hopeful. Me too. All right, and then the next question: what is your main challenge in the current digitalized world? Okay, so there were 5 options. The lowest that we got was staff difficulties, followed by costly payment methods. All right, and then followed by weak online marketing and low visibility. However, the majority says that no e-commerce capabilities. So we are here. UOB is here to assist. You have heard what we just shared with you today. UOB is here, and HDC also is here to assist you to transform, to be ready for Industrial Revolution 4.0. Yeah? All right. So, all right. Thank you to all of our speakers for enlightening us with the answers regarding to so many topics. Zoom Transform, we have virtual account, and so many other things. I believe all of our halal industry player would be interested. This is something that the industry needs in order to move forward. Okay, so before we close this session, I would like to invite each one of our panelists for some final words. We start off with Mr. Raymond first. Mr. Raymond, your final word?
Thanks, Harif. So in UOB, with our experience and local presence, give us first-hand understanding of what it takes to actually build a sustainable business in Asia. So we will continue to support and prepare our SME customers to recover from COVID-19 and MCO, and also to help them fulfill their long-term growth aspiration. We are here to help SMEs. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Raymond. And then we go with Mr. Lucas.
Well, to everybody who are attending this conference, right? I think the message that we have all been saying is that the bank is here to help. We are all in this together. We understand that the difficulties that they are going through, and we want to help, right? So let's come together and see what are the things that we can do together, and to make your life better and make the country better.
Okay, Mr. Lucas, thank you. And next, Mr. William, your final word.
Thank you, Dhaliff. For me, based on the experience, right, that we have over the past few years, digitalization is not something that you can measure overnight. The success is not something you can measure overnight, where you say that, okay, I want to digitalize, the next day you'll be able to see the measure. And with the question that bounced to me just now, right, in terms of the father that's still afraid of actually change, right? Of course, fear factor has always been there to take the first step. And for us, right, our motto has always been, be right by you, to walk this journey together with you. Hence, we understand that is the ground needs. That's the response from the ground, and we wanted to help. Hence, all this beyond banking initiative that we actually put up front, right, to support you in your digitalization growth. So to echo all my colleagues that have shared, join us, let us support you in terms of your banking facilities and also your digitalization journey. Yep, that's all from my side. Thanks, Dhaliff.
Thank you. Thank you, William. And finally, Mr. Fhauzi.
Thank you, Dhaliff. Now, I would like to say, like what I said just now, being the last in the industry have had its own advantage. We are the youngest Islamic banking player, and rest assured, we have learned through the way from the rest, and we will make it better. Now, second, we must accept the fact that the COVID-19 will be part of our life. It is a real threat. However, we need to adapt to the current situation in managing our business. We must change the way we do business moving forward, and digitalization is the way forward. A lot of things has been planned, and we will assure that we will partner with HBC more moving forward to ensure that Halal SMEs to be more agile and sustainable in the future. Please engage our staff, our team, and contact us so that we can move together and progress together moving forward. Thank you, Dhaliff.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. All right. Thanks to all of our speakers today. That marks the end of our session today. On behalf of HTC, UOB, and the organizing team, I would like to apologize if there were any shortcomings during our session today. It wasn't our intention. We only want the best to deliver to you. I would like to thank everyone for participating in this session. Inshallah, we will meet again soon. Don't forget to participate in other WHBC in this conference sessions. After this, our event continues until 5:30. And with that, stay safe and Assalamu alaikum.